said, are you ready? You are listening to Voice of the Fans Sportscast, brought to you by none other than the voices of the fans. Discussing football, basketball, news, trending topics. The one-stop shop for all things sports. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Hosted by none other than Ben Swift Reynolds, Taylor Gatwood, and Tyler Wright. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Voice of the Fans Sportscast.
What's up, guys? This is Voice of the Fans Sportscast with your host, Ben Reynolds. We have Taylor Gatwood in the house. Tyler Wright, he has a day off. What's going on, Gatwood?
What's going on, bro? How you doing?
Doing great. Enjoying my Friday night. You know, I'm surprised you're not at the Panther football game.
No, they're not to ride home to mom about this year, man.
I feel you. Man, you got to show some school spirit or something.
Man, I ain't in high school no more. I'm too old, man.
Man, you ain't. Hey, you got to show up at your old high school game like the big man on campus. Like, oh, man, they're going to Taylor Gatwood, you know? You got some people out there.
Wear my Letterman jacket and start signing autographs?
Yeah, man, you got to show, you know, you the man. You back.
Yeah.
Hey, so how did you like Thursday night football game?
Never the worst game I've ever watched in my life.
Why do they always put the sorriest teams on Thursday? I promise you, they always do this. Well, it was the Texans versus the Panthers.
Yeah, you know what it is next week, don't you?
I think I saw it, and I was like, "Who's watching that?" I can't remember who playing Thursday.
Bengals versus Jaguars.
Bengals versus Jaguars.
Yeah, that's trash.
Man, no wonder they put all these games on NFL Network. Like, you can't watch them nowhere else unless you have you watch it on Yahoo or on NFL Network.
Yeah, nobody wants to watch that. So.
Yeah, and ABC and them other guys ain't picking up that trash game. I know your heart hurting today, though.
Nah, I don't care that much. I told you, bro. Texans suck. I told you again in here. Texans suck, man.
No, I'm not talking about that heart. I'm talking about your Catholic heart.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, in fantasy, man, I might be in a little trouble.
Hey, you picked him last year, I believe, and he missed the whole season, but it ain't too bad. It's like it was a hamstring, so he should miss about 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, but like the thing with hamstrings, man, they can linger the whole year.
Yeah, that's true, man. That's why I'm trying to tell you, they need to try to let him carry the ball so much, man. They got to switch it up with Herbert or something. Like they had like this man not injury prone. Well, he's not really injury prone, I say, but he has that with a major injury.
Yeah, they gave him. They could have won these 3 games without giving him that many touches.
Mhm.
Especially
exactly. But hey, a lot of upset McCaffrey owners out there. I feel for you.
Yep.
All right, let's start it off. First game of Sunday. First game, Sunday football. We have the Bengals versus the Bears. The Bengals, they come off a loss. I think I got the wrong matchup.
Yeah, that's last week.
Yeah, that's last week. My bad. We'll start off with Washington versus the Bills. So, Washington, oh man, they should really coming off a loss here versus the Giants.
Yeah, they barely pulled that off.
Because they didn't look too hot, versus that suspect Giants offense. And they were giving up, just a lot of plays. big plays to the Giants, which, I thought Washington defense was way better than that.
Yeah, me too. Their defense was way better last year.
It was, and so I don't understand, like, the fall off here. They really didn't get that much pressure on Daniel Jones, and, once you can't get pressure on the quarterback, man, it's all downhill from that. And so I expect them to try to get pressure on Josh Allen, because you just can't let that man sit back there and throw all day.
Yeah, that's the only way they're going to have a chance. And I really don't even think they have a chance, for being honest.
Yeah, cause I'm looking at it like, Taylor Heineke is doing all he can do with the offense. I feel like they're not using Antonio Gibson that much as they should, and it's just, man, how you plan to keep up this high power offense? They've been kind of sluggish the last 2 weeks, but I can see them turning it on. They find their groove, especially versus this defense that's susceptible to big plays, as you saw on Thursday Night Football last week. Was it last week? Yeah. So I'm eager to see their game plan versus Bills. Cause like Singletary is finally finding his groove here.
Yeah, it's about time. I got him in fantasy, so it's nice to see him put up some points.
And yeah, exactly. So I don't see how Washington gonna keep up with the Bills. They ranked in 20th in passing and 19th in rushing. Ooh, that's bad, man. That's bad.
That's really surprising.
No, especially with the talent they have on offensive side of the ball with Scary Terry and Antonio Gibson and Logan Thomas.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe the play calling, maybe it's pretty vanilla, but they have to find something. I don't see them keeping up with the Bills. I'm taking the Bills. Tyler taking the Bills. Who you taking?
Bills for sure.
Yeah, that's all. To me, that's just pretty clear coat. The most dominant team coming in are the Bills. So the next game on the schedule is Bears versus the Browns. The Bears receiver didn't really help out Justin Fields. They had a couple of drop passes. I think Allen Robinson had a drop touchdown, I believe. And man, the Bears, they're gonna have to find someone on offense. They just not getting it done, through the air. And hopefully with Justin Fields coming into the scene, they'll help out their case. Because with Andy Dalton that air game wasn't looking pretty at all.
Yeah. You talked about a Manila offense.
What you say? Oh yeah, because he lacks the big playability. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not known for pushing the ball downfield and getting just making big time plays. They 31st in passing, so that should tell you automatically what their offensive game is all about. They're 8th in rushes, which is great for Dave Montgomery, but he didn't look too hot last week versus the Bengals. Mm-hmm. And the Bears, they coming in with a pretty good defense. They still fin rush yards allowed and 14th in passing yards allowed. But for the Browns, they predicate on the running game, and they just look pretty good, especially versus the Chiefs last week. And I feel like they just, they rolling.
Yeah, I think they're going to be too much, and I think the Bears. I hope it's a good game. I want Justin Fields to succeed. I hope he has a good start at least, but I still don't think it's going to be enough. I think the Browns are going to pull this one out for sure.
Mhm. And especially when you get Nick Chubb and them guys going on the run game, then it's pretty much lights out. And this is another clear case of offensive power team coming against a team that offense looks kind of like a daisical at times, man. I hope to see a good game for Justin Fields. He did have a couple of turnovers last game. it's just all about, can they control the clock? It's really what it's all boils down to. Can they keep the Browns off the field? And the only way to do that is by running the ball.
Yep.
And see can the Browns stop that run game. How many turnovers did Justin Fields have last week? He had one.
Oh, no.
I think he had that one fumble.
Yeah, he didn't play. He didn't really play that much, did he? And didn't Andy Dalton get hurt later in the game?
He did. So
Yeah.
so we didn't get to see like a full script of Justin Fields going on here.
I'm sure they're gonna have more in their offense. They're gonna have their offense more built around him this week.
Mhm.
Maybe make him feel comfortable. Get some easy throws to start him off.
Maybe they could put in like a Tyrod Taylor type offense or something like that. Tyrod, he been balling out too before he got hurt. And they'll pretty much catering to his gameplay.
Yeah.
So I hope to see the same thing from the Bears. But I don't know. Matt Nagy, he seemed like to complicate things or something. I don't know what's going on with his head. He got a powerful offense. He got good weapons. Dude, you should be balling out. The offense is rolling.
Yeah, they got to build their team around Fields and just let them just run with it.
All right, so who are you taking?
The Browns.
You said who?
Browns, for sure.
Browns. All right, so I'm taking the Browns also. Tyler's taking the Bears.
Oh, gosh.
I guess he's living up for he thinking Justin Fields is gonna come out here and be the second coming of a young Cam Newton or something. I guess that's what.
I hope he's right. I'm rooting for Justin Fields. I like him.
Yeah, me too. I like him a lot. I was very high on him coming out of the draft, so I hope he put on good performance. But I think the Browns gonna edge him out here. The next game is Ravens versus the Lions. There's not really much to talk about here. It's a Jared Goff led team here, and the Lions they've been putting up some good numbers. They 12 in passing and 13 in rushing yards, but they've been playing against teams that their offense is not all that great either way. Cause 49ers, let's be honest, their offense is not that great. And they play against the Packers, and you see how they got blown out. And I'm pretty sure they're going to get blown out again. Well, they were kind of in the game. When I watched that Packers-Lions game, the scoreboard showed they were in it. But let's be honest, they were never really in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what you mean.
It was nowhere in my heart I thought, man, the Lions might pull this off. No. In my eyes, they had no chance, even though it looked like it. Well, they going against the Ravens and another high-powered offense here. So check this out. The Lions are 15th in rushing yards allowed and 20th in passing yards allowed. So how you think the Lions going to come out against Lamar?
They ain't going to be able to stop him at all. He's going to make their defense stupid.
Because let's be honest, they gave up some gashing yards against the 49ers. And they gave up 3 touchdowns to Aaron Jones, really 4. But it was like short yardage situations, but they still had in the running game in the red zone too. And I just see that Lamar putting on I say he put up like 250 passing yards and about 150 in rushing.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, that wouldn't, because the Lions, man, they just not a good football team. I mean, their offense don't really help out the defense, and the defense don't really help out the offense. So, they better go in this thing 0-3 in my opinion. I'm taking Baltimore.
Yeah, I'm taking Baltimore.
Tyler's taking Baltimore. So, like I said, that was one of the easier games. The Lions really had a great turnovers in order to win.
You can give Jared Goff. You can give Jared Goff one more chance. If he pulls this game off, he's gonna be covered.
I don't know, man. I already gave him 2 chances already. I gave him against the 49ers and the Green Bay. I guess third time a charm. If he wins this, Jared Goff, this is your third and final chance, bro. Third and final chance to make the cover of this podcast. So if you win, you grace the cover. Cause this is a hard game. I don't see you winning this one either. So third time the charm. Third time the charm.
Why'd they do the Lions dirty like this to start off their schedule this year? They gave them 3 tough games to start the year off.
I know, right? When I was thinking about this too, I'm like, dang, they really just gave them 3 playoff teams. Really, kind of 49ers really had a great chance of making it to a playoff. Guys, I believe they started the season undefeated. I think they were like 4-0 or something like that before all the injuries happened. And then coming off Green Bay, who just came from the divisional NFC Championship game. So,
remember last year they did the Texans like that. They just started off with the Chiefs, Ravens, and Steelers.
They're gonna make sure y'all have no hope. They're gonna make sure y'all have no hope. They're gonna crush every little hope that y'all have first beginning of the season. And like, oh, it's gonna be another losing season. They made sure of that.
Yep.
All right. Next game, Colts versus Titans. Now, I had to really think about this one. I said, why can't the Colts just close the game out and win? Like, they have opportunities to come away with a W, but it seems like it keeps getting away from them. And, you know, they lost in rounds 24-27, right? They was in it with the Seahawks to late third going into the fourth. Score was 28-15. What is wrong with the Colts?
Carson Wentz just ain't elite, man.
Like, I feel like they, on paper, they should be really, really good. No, they really should be 1-1.
Because they have a solid defense.
Yeah, they do. Well, for some reason, they can't just, put it all together. And I know it's frustrating for Colts fans because they seen this team on paper and it looks really good. I mean, you would think it was a playoff team, right? They had Phillip Rivers last year. They bring in Wentz, and everything's pretty much in place. The receivers, the running game, and they just can't get it going. And when I looked at their stats, I looked up different, categories of, what could be the problem. And I came to the conclusion that they are playing mediocre football. They in the middle of the pack on almost every statistic that is out there. They 15th in passing yards, right? They 15th in rushing yards. All right. So here's the problem. They 26th in completions.
That's on Carson.
Yeah, it's on Carson. He's not able to keep the offense rolling. They 17th in turnovers.
Well, they're in the middle of the pack on everything.
Yes, their defense is 17th. I think they in 10th in rushing yards allowed. I don't know. I think I wrote that around. I think they're 18th. Yeah, they're 18th in rushing yards allowed. They literally in the middle of a pack on major stats that you really don't want to be in the middle of the pack of, because that really just shows you a mediocre team. Now you're not good, but you're not bad. So when you going against good teams, they beat you. They pretty much just beat you on the little things in football, like completion percentages, third down, keeping the drive alive, running the ball. If you so in all them categories, then of course you're gonna lose close games.
Yeah, they'd be better. I mean, it seems like the pressure would be off Wentz because the Colts have a good O-line, they have a good running back, which should take Jonathan Taylor's good. That should take pressure off Wentz, and they should have he's always been good outside the pocket on play action, and it seems like the way Jonathan Taylor can run the play action would be good enough for them, put up some points, and the defense should be able to stop him like enough to win. It seems like it.
It seemed like it, right? But
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you, like it's like when they finally get something going, they just stall. Like they just don't put it all together. And Jonathan Taylor just haven't been getting going really. Let me see if I have that stat on me. Well, it was just rounds, but it wasn't. He didn't do that bad, but he didn't do good. He had 15 rushes for 51 yards, averaging 3.4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it can go both ways. Though, like he could be not doing as good because they're like, well, let's stack the box because Carson Wentz can't make a throw. You know, he can't make some of these throws.
Yeah, it's pretty. I think I don't want to say it's all Wentz's fault, but they're gonna have to find something to get this team, steady and on the right, route, on the right path, man. Like y'all on paper, y'all got a ton of talent. Y'all a great team, but when y'all hit the field, y'all turn into a mediocre in the middle of a pack team. That's something ain't going right here.
Yeah, Wentz has got to step it up because they got the weapons in place. Like you can, getting traded from one team to another, like you couldn't really ask for a better situation. Like that's a good situation. He's got to figure it out.
Yeah, he has to. But unfortunately, they won't get the win versus the Titans. I'm taking the Titans. That rushing game, I think they're gonna just run it down their throats, man, because they have trouble stopping the run, and that's the best way to control the game. Is just not let Wentz get a foothold, not let him get going. So keep him off the field and force him to make the plays and basically make the big time plays they need to make to stay in the game. So I'm taking the Titans.
Yeah, I'm taking the Titans.
Tyler taking the Titans also. Chargers versus Chiefs. Herbert, yeah, they have to clean this up. I would think they rely on him too much, way too much.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's causing problems in the offense because now you're looking one-dimensional and you putting everything on his throwing arm. Right now, the Chargers are ranked 24th in turnovers. You saw the red zone pick last week versus Dallas. You saw another interception on the drive that looked promising. And the Chiefs are third in takeaways. If the Chargers have any chance of winning this game, they need to run the ball. They need to. I know Eckler's great passing back, but they're gonna have to get some in between the tackles run with Justin Jackson and Eckler. They have to. They need to stop relying on Herbert because I feel like he's pushing. He's trying to push the ball downfield and he's throwing it in tight coverage, man.
Yeah, which he does. That dude is very accurate. Did you watch that game? Like he had 15 straight completions or something like that.
Mhm.
Like he's a good quarterback. I think he's going to be real good, but he's too young to be relied on that much.
It reminds me of what the Jaguars were doing with Trevor Lawrence, man. Like you got Eckler back there and you have Justin Jackson run the ball. They 23rd in rushing yards.
Yeah. You got to get a run game. I honestly thought they never should have got rid of Melvin Gordon. I thought the Melvin Gordon and Eckler tandem was really good together.
I thought so too. I thought I understand he want to get paid and everything, but you have to have a backup plan. If you're not gonna pay a running back or you're not gonna pay this guy, then you have to have somebody in house or think of somebody to get to replace him because since he left, it just hasn't been the same.
Yeah, they haven't filled that void. I feel like you said, with the in-between tackles back, they can run it, not just catch the ball out of the backfield like Eckler, which Eckler's a solid player, but that's not who you want running the ball, 20 times a game.
It's not. And Justin Jackson is just an okay back. It's nothing just rah about the guy. It's nothing just great about the guy. You know what you're getting, and he's just not gonna beat you. So Chargers really clean this up. They gonna have to improve on this running situation because they not the Chiefs. The Chiefs are 29th in rushing, but they got freaking Kelsey and Tyreek Hill and Hardman, and even Pringle is showing some speed on that team. I mean, they got Patrick Mahomes. They third in passing, so they don't have nothing on the Chiefs as a whole because the Chiefs defense is taking the ball away, so they're giving Patrick Mahomes more time to do what he needs to do.
Yeah, they're gonna have to play. The Chargers are gonna have to play a perfect game to beat them.
Control the clock, but they not because Herbert gonna come out here slinging 35 to 40 times a game, and it's just not translating to wins, man. I feel like they could beat Dallas if they just ran some more simpler plays close to the goal line.
And that red zone pick.
Yeah,
that red zone pick killed them.
They killed them, man. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're going to have to come up with something to help Herbert. Like, just throwing it all on his shoulders, that's how you ruin quarterbacks, really. You saw that with Jameis when Tampa threw all that on him. They ain't really giving no running game, no O-line. And he...
Yeah, the Chargers O-line was horrible in that game.
And it forced them to, to put the game on his shoulders, to be Batman every time. Like you said, like, some days you just don't have to be... It's okay to be Bruce Wayne. You don't have to be Batman all the time.
Yeah.
So, in this game, Chiefs, they not going to lose 2 games in a row. I'm taking the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm taking the Chiefs.
Tyler taking the Chiefs. All right, next game on the list is Falcons versus Giants. Bruh, when I look at the stats, I was like, well, I can see this going. I can see this happening. I was going back and forth with my picks with the Falcons and Giants. All right, so we got 2 bad football teams. The Giants showed some promise versus Washington. The Falcons, they showed a little heart against the Bucs. But what made me kind of switch my pick from the Giants, it's just the Giants defense, dude. I feel like the Falcons have firepower. They showed heart versus Bucs. I mean, it looked like it was in the game going into the I think it was the second half, and the Bucs just finally just let it, like, open and wide up.
Yeah.
But the Giants, can you believe this? The Giants defense is worse than the Falcons defense.
That's hard to believe.
The Falcons, the Giants defense is 26, and the Falcons defense is 21st. But I like the Falcons offense over the Giants offense. So I'm kind of leaning toward if they can keep Matt Ryan upright, and he get dang, my mind just went back on the receiver. Really involved in Kyle
Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, and Kyle Pitts involved. Then they got something going. But the main thing is to keep Matt Ryan upright. And I believe they will because the Giants defense, man, they haven't got any pressure. They allow a ton of yards, as you saw from the Washington game. They can be had in the passing. But I just like, the Falcons overall. I feel like if they can get it going, they can throw all over the Giants.
I was pretty much at the same conclusion as you. They both got crappy defenses, and I thought the Falcons had more firepower than the Giants. That's exactly how I felt about them.
That's what I'm banking on. As I was thinking on it, I'm like, the Falcons actually played a good game versus the Eagles, but they didn't have time to protect Matt Ryan because that game, the Eagles and Falcons game was close for a good to at least third or fourth. I can't remember it. I know the third, the Eagles, I think they got a turnover or something like that. But the game was pretty dang on close. The Giants now, on the other hand, got blown out by the Broncos. They let Melvin Gordon run like a 68-yarder on them. Washington their offense was spluttering all over the place, but they still managed to squeeze out a win because Giants shot themselves in the foot like 2 or 3 times. So I don't see it like a great disciplined team here.
Mm-hmm. I promise you one thing, I ain't gonna be watching this game.
I definitely don't have this game on list. This is gonna be like when a commercial break come on and I just want to watch something for a moment. I switch over, but
yeah, it's one of those games.
Yeah, one of those games. It's a filler. It's a filler to the main game I'm watching.
Yep.
So I'm taking the Falcons here.
Yeah, I'm taking the Falcons.
Tyler taking the Giants.
All
right, so I guess he's backing on Saquon Barkley just being back in full form. So I'm watching it too. I'm watching the snap count to see, how they using him, how they going, basically put him back into the game plan because they've been limiting him quite a bit. All right, now this game also had me kind of like going back and forth because it could be an upset over the week. I have Bengals. It's the Bengals versus Steelers. So a couple of things are going through my head here. How well is Big Ben? And is Deontay Johnson going to be ready to go?
Is Big Ben, is he going to play this week?
They say, I don't know if I read that he practiced. I know Deontay Johnson practiced. But I'm not quite sure on Big Ben. So, but I'm pretty sure he's going to play. That's just who he is.
Yeah.
So if they can get Najee Harris going, right now the Steelers are ranked dead last in rushing. Right?
Yeah, Najee got to get going.
He got to get going here. This is the game for him to get going because now Big Ben's hurt. Deontay Johnson's hurt. Claypool, they've been missing him on some deep passes, and he's been doing Juju things. So they have to get this running game going. And this is a perfect game to get this running game going on. Because let's be honest, the Bengals defense is not that great. They give up yards and they also give up rushing yards. And I think this is the time to try to test this running defense.
Yeah, I think Najee's gonna break out this game.
Yeah, he's gonna have to, right? In the Steelers defense, last game versus the Bears, guess how many times Joe Burrow was sacked?
Probably a lot.
5 freaking times, right?
Yeah.
Guess how many turnovers they had in this game?
How many?
4. I think Joe Burrow threw back-to-back interceptions. They 24th in turnovers, 31st in sacks allowed. So that right there, the 5 sacks last week, and them being 31st in sacks allowed, that made me switch my pick because the Steelers' old defensive line is not they not no slouches now. They gonna get after you.
So what did we say, Ben? They should have drafted an O-lineman.
Still Chase, right? I mean, They have T. Higgins, they have Mike Thomas, they have Auden Tate, they have. Dude, the thing about it is I didn't even mention Auden Tate last week when I'm bringing out a receiver. They had so many that I love about Auden Tate. And of course they got Tyler Boyd. So this was a luxury pick, and now it's buying you. Now your quarterback getting told, and you're almost dead last in sacks allowed.
You usually see teams take receivers in the first round who got their other stuff together.
Mm-hmm.
They don't got their other stuff together.
And another team that I think about is the Vikings, right? That O-line still sucks, and they 0-2, right? So, I mean, you have to win the game in the trenches. I mean, Belichick, Sean Sean Payton, a ton of coaches. They all
you
like.
You don't matter who you got on your team. Then the greatest example of that, off the top of my head, is the Super Bowl last year. I mean, they had Patrick Mahomes, but he couldn't do nothing because their O-line was so bad.
Yes. If you control the line, you control the game.
Yep.
The Bengals had no point. Same with the Falcons. If you can't control the line, you can't control the game. Now you Kyle Pitts just looking like a pretty trophy on the shelf. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just looking at him like, dang, that's a good looking guy.
You got a good O-line. That makes your quarterback better. That makes your running back better. That makes your receivers better. You got a good D-line. That makes your secondary better. So, like you said, it's the trenches. That's what matters. That's how you're going to be successful in football.
It trickles down. It's a trickle-down effect, right?
Yeah.
The Steelers are 9th in sacks. The only way the Bengals can win this game is they can run the ball versus the Steelers and try to limit the turnovers and the sacks in this game. But that's a big if you just can't turn that around overnight. Where you went up against the Vikings, the Vikings, you know what they are now. But when you saw them go against a real defense in the Bears, it was like all hell broke loose. And like they playing against Andy Dalton, then they switched to Justin Fields, and Justin Fields had a bit turnover. But the Bears were still able to win this game.
Yeah, like I took remember last week I took the Bengals, and they definitely crapped the bed and proved me wrong. So I'm definitely not taking them this week. Not against the Steelers. They're better. The Steelers are better than the Bears.
Exactly. And the Steelers beat the Bills, and I know the Bills are better than the Bengals. So, but I know it's every given Sunday, but I'm just looking at this thing, the O-line with Bengals, it's just rearing its ugly head like it did last year. So Steelers is getting the nod from me, and Tyler also taking the Steelers. So everybody going Steelers. If the Bengals would just, fix the O-line, man, it would solve so many problems.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is another game that's not, it's just a little mark on a piece of paper. The Cardinals versus the Jags. I mean,
self-explanatory.
Trevor Lance. Huh?
It's self-explanatory. The Cardinals are going to blow them out.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson are competing who could throw the most interceptions.
I guess so.
Oh, yeah, you threw 2 last week? Well, I'm throwing 3 this week. The Jaguars are 30th in turnovers. The Cardinals' defense, especially the D-lines, should be licking their chops versus this O-line. I didn't bother to look to see where the Jaguars O-line's rated. I can just watch the game until they probably not in the top 10. Yeah. The Cards, Kyler Murray probably throw for 5 touchdowns. I think he probably get as many touchdowns as possible in this game. D-Hop should have about 2. AJ Green should have 1, and Ronald Moore should have 1. It's not gonna be close. So Jaguars, man. If I were you, and I'm playing against the Cardinals, it's called the James Robinson effect. I'm trying to get him in the passing game and run game as much as possible. Try to limit that team from putting up, 45 points on me. So that's how I'll try to end the game. Is try to get my running game going, because we're 26 in rushing yards. We got freaking James Robinson, we're 26. And we're 28th in passing. So we're doing bad at both. For once, I remind, try to run the ball. I did a pretty good job last week, but do it a little bit better this week, okay?
Yeah.
That's all I got for you. I'm taking the Cards.
Cardinals by 100.
Tyler taking the Cards. All right, another game here that, it's pretty, tell who the better team is here. We have the Broncos versus the Jets. So, like you think I was joking about, Wilson and Trevor Lawrence competing for the most interceptions. Well, guess what? The Jets are tied with the Jaguars for 30th in turnovers. They tied with the Jags. Broncos defense is ranked third in the league. Even though the Broncos just haven't just played against a stellar team, right? They had Giants week 1. They had who was that? Jaguars. Look at there. They had Jaguars week 2. Now they got the Jets. You talking about somebody setting up a favorite schedule? The Broncos and the Panthers got one of the favorable schedules ever. Even though I didn't see them beating the Saints, so I can't really say that. But still, the Panthers sitting at 2-1 wouldn't have been a bad thing.
Yeah.
But the Broncos should beat the Jets pretty single-handedly. I did like this from what I saw from the Jets last week. They did try to get Michael Carter involved, which is a smart idea, try to get that running game going. I believe Michael Carter ran the ball 11 times. He had 59 yards. So I encouraged them. When they did run Ty Johnson, he had 12 carries for 50 yards. So I do encourage them to run the ball. That might help out your quarterback song.
Yeah, it might help Zach Wilson for 5 picks a game.
Yeah, we just throwing that idea out there. Just run the ball. It might help you out some. It might. Not saying you're going to win the game, but it might limit Zach Wilson's interception rate here.
Yeah, they're trash regardless, but like I said, maybe he'll have some decent numbers.
Yeah, he can tell his mom about. So, me and Tyler, we taking the Broncos.
Broncos.
All right. This week, there's kind of like some lopsided matchups here. And you're like, there's no way this team can beat the team. So we moved on to the Dolphins versus the Raiders. So the Raiders beat who? They beat the Steelers, right?
Steelers and the Ravens.
They beat the Ravens.
Yeah, that's tough. Tough wins.
Yeah, it's tough wins. All right, so the Dolphins coming into this game without Tua. His messed up ribs. So Jacoby Brissett is getting a nod. Let's just keep it short here. The Raiders, they got a pretty high-power offense with Darren Carr looking like an MVP.
And Waller balling out.
Dan Waller balling out. Is Josh Jacobs going to play?
He's questionable.
Or is he going to be out?
Honestly, man, if he's questionable and he's not doing too good, I'd sit him out for this game because Kenyon Drake can get the job done.
Yeah, you don't need him versus the Dolphins. The Dolphins defense, they've been less than stellar here. And you don't need to play him because you're going up against Jacoby Brissett, and they already bad enough. They 30th in passing yards and 27th in rushing. I wouldn't even play Myles Gaskin. If y'all in fantasy, don't play Gaskin. Not against this matchup. You're gonna be hurting. So I'm taking the Raiders. Me and Tyler taking the Raiders. Who you taking?
Raiders.
Simple enough. All right, Buccaneers versus the Rams. Now this is the matchup of the week here. Matchup of the week. We have Tom Brady and Matthew Stafford. Tom Brady, like he's not slowing down. Man, I think he threw for like 4 or 5 touchdowns last week. I mean, what can I say? But you know what I found interesting when I was doing some research about this Tampa Bay team?
What?
They ranked 30th in turnovers.
Brady had those 2 interceptions in the first game that weren't really his fault. And I remember Ronald Jones.
Yeah.
Ronald Jones fumbled.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that in 2 games. Yeah, I could see that for sure.
I think they had a turnover versus the Falcons. I believe Tom Brady was sacked. Yeah, he was sacked 3 times in this game versus Falcons, and they had 1 turnover.
That's surprising. He was sacked 3 times against the Falcons.
Yeah, it was like the Falcons was putting. That's what I'm saying. The Falcons was in the game, like they was going, strike for strike with the Buccaneers, going all the way up to the second half. And then the Buccaneers just ran away with it.
I mean, the Falcons can sneak up on you just because they got some firepower.
Mhm. And but the Rams defense is not what they used to be. They used to lead in every category like number 1. Now they 11th in pass defense. Their total defense is 12th, and they 20th in rushing defense. Too bad Tampa Bay can't run the ball. And they 3rd in takeaways though. So take that for what it's worth. I can see the Rams just blitzing the mess out of Tom Brady. Trying to beat down the O-line, which they have good pass rushers to do that.
Brady gets rid of the ball so quick though.
Mhm.
He I don't know. The pass rush just doesn't really scare me that much with him because they definitely have a good enough O-line to hold up for him, give him enough time because he already gets rid of the ball so quick.
That's true, but without running game, that's basically giving them guys a free pass to rush the quarterback because their rush offense is literally non-existent.
Yeah, for that, or Ronald Jones one of them got to step up.
Well, it's not gonna be Ronald Jones because it seems like he's been benched since the first game, and
yeah, after that fumble.
The Buccaneers are 30th in rushing yards. I mean, so the Rams coming into this thing knowing that they can't run the ball, so they're all eyes gonna be on rushing the passer and disguising their coverage. You're gonna be without AB. He's in COVID protocol, so that leaves Jalen Ramsey on Mike Evans or even Chris Godwin. And I can see them getting pressure on Tom. If the Falcons get 3 sacks off of Tom, then I'm pretty sure the Rams can get 3 sacks off of Tom, and they got number 1 rated corner in the league, a shutdown corner.
Yeah, but I'm not really worried. They can definitely stay away from Ramsey, though. They have so many good receivers.
They could. And then we're not even talking about the Round offense, how they've been explosive. The Buccaneers have been had in the passing game. And let's not. And I don't know if Henderson, he's still hurt. He's still dealing with that injury or not. But, I mean, the Round offense is not missing a beat. And, so you're going against a team with a better defense than you, and you playing on the road.
Yeah, I agree. It's gonna be a dogfight.
It's gonna be some haymakers thrown in this game.
It might be the game of the year.
Tell me about it. We thought the Cowboys and Buccaneers game was good. I think this is gonna be even better because I think it might come down to the last possession type of game.
Yep, I can see that.
But it all depends if the Rams defense just make Tom Brady uncomfortable. That's the key. If they make Tom Brady uncomfortable here, then the Rams might win by 2 scores.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, they can't control the clock. They can't run the ball. I'll be surprised if Leonard Fournette just gashes them Rams. I'll be very surprised by that.
And the Bucs, though. The Bucs are... I mean, if the Rams don't got to run the game, and if the Bucs are putting pressure on Stafford, I mean, the Bucs got a good defense too. So, I mean, these are 2 elite offenses and 2 elite defenses going at each other.
Yeah, for sure. And it always, like I said, it's gonna come down to who can make less mistakes and who can get pressure on that quarterback. And whoever does that first is gonna win the game, point blank. Just not too good of offenses and too good of a stout defenses, you can't really make those mistakes going into this type of game. So I think I boiled down my pick to the Rams after I just saw the turnover rate. I feel like the Rams can create turnovers and get pressure better than the Bucs, in my opinion. So I'm taking the Rams. Who you got?
Bucs.
Tyler took the Rams. So we vibing the same. So you still riding that butt train, I see.
Heck yeah, man. Tom Brady, man. I don't doubt Brady.
Well, we're gonna see this game. We're gonna see because I have not been liking what I've been seeing. No, especially versus the Cowboys. They play against a really good team, and they barely got there alive because of what the Cowboys can do with those turnovers.
Regardless, man, it's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be the game of the week.
Yeah, most definitely. So next game is Seahawks versus Vikings. We saw last week with the Vikings. They put on a great performance. They seem like a team that'll bounce back, especially versus the Cardinals. And how the Cardinals defense played the first game of the week, and you thought the Vikings had a chance, but no. That kicker problem reared its ugly head. They seem like they just have a bad history of kickers just missing clutch field goals. And so they put on a show, but they just couldn't pull out to win. And versus Seattle, I feel like it's going to be the same thing, the same type of dogfight. Can they do it, 2 times in a row like that? Put up all the numbers and still win and almost win? I don't know. I'm not seeing it. Dalvin Cook, I believe he's dealing with injury.
The Vikings blew that game.
They did. They really did. They shot themselves in the foot. And I don't know if they can repeat that same offensive power they did last week. Like I said, Dalvin Cook is dealing with an injury here. We have 2 bad defenses, so it's going to be a high-scoring game. The Seattle's defense is ranked 30th, and the Vikings defense is ranked 28th. But I feel like it's really going to come down to Kirk Cousins and that O-line if he'll be able to make the right reads and stay out of pressure. If the O-line can keep him clean, because we don't know if Dalvin Cook's playing or not. He's hurt, and he did practice. So it's going to be game time decision. If they don't have Dalvin Cook, they definitely not win this game.
Yeah, no shot.
So, with my opinion, Russell Wilson, he going to finally get on the same page as DK Metcalf. He haven't had that breakout game yet, but I feel it coming and could happen against this Viking defense who's accessible to big plays, as you can see what the Cardinals did to him. And Seattle has the same type of firepower offense. So this is gonna
lock it in, Metcalf. We'll get you some deep plays with them too.
They're gonna get some deep plays in this game, and the Vikings foul them, man. I don't want that happening. So I need Dalvin Cook to go. He's been dealing with some injuries over the years, but if he can go, man, it's gonna be a huge boost for the Vikings because Seattle's not known for stopping the run here.
Yep.
But I think I'm gonna lean towards the Seahawks.
Yeah, I got the Seahawks.
Tyler do too. All right. Actually, this is the first week where everybody didn't just pick the same team. You starting to see some tough matchups coming up now.
Yeah.
And speaking of tough matchup, Packers versus the 49ers. Are we gonna get the Packers team that played like they did with the Saints, or are we gonna get the Packers team that played pretty dang good with the Lions? Because the 49 defense is just like the Saints defense now. So we gonna see if the Packers will just beat a mediocre team, or are they back in full fledged here. They back, like they was last year.
I think the Pack, man, the way Aaron Rodgers been talking this week, he better show up again. That's all I gotta say.
I have been hearing what he been saying.
He was just talking about how, you remember how week 1 he played so bad, and he was talking about the media.
Like just one game, relax.
Yeah, stuff like that. And then he said that after they won that game the other day, saying see, it was just one game, stuff like that. I'm like, well, you better keep it going then, because you got another tough opponent.
Yeah, it was the Lions too. So, I mean,
that's the Lions, bro.
It's nothing to brag about. You play against the Lions, though.
Yeah, congratulations, you beat the Lions.
One game, huh? One game, you beat the Lions. So this is gonna be a tell sign of if it was just one game, especially against the 49ers. And I can see the Packers. I don't know, cause the 49ers can get pressure too, and what they did to the Lions was just embarrassing. No, even the Packers didn't do that to them. But I feel like Aaron Rodgers, he's going to come out and do his thing. The 49ers running backs are basically all out. Hastings is out. Eli Mitchell, he's out. So Trey Sermon, they say he passed concussion protocol. So it seems like he's going to be leaning back into this game. And I think that kind of hurt the 49ers' chances, especially they 9th in rushing yards. But I think he might have a little falling off here because of Trey Sermon. You know, when he did get some game time, he looked pretty good. But I think the 49ers offense is just not looking the same. Kittle just hasn't. Debo Samuel been balling out, but Kittle has not. I don't know what it is. I know Debo Samuel been taking some of his targets, but he's not looking the same. This offense not looking the same.
Trey Sermon can play now. He can play some ball. And when he was at Ohio State last year, he was really good at Ohio State. He can run. He runs hard. I think he could have a good game.
You think so?
I think he has a chance, man. I like that dude. I think he's going to be solid.
We're going to see because the Packers, the defense, you know, that D-line is pretty good.
Yeah.
They're going to need more than Trey Sermon to win this game. They're going to need
but Trey Sermon, he has to have a good game. He has to have a good game for them to have a chance.
To be in position to win, their run game has to get going. They cannot be one-dimensional going against this 49 team. Against this Green Bay team. They cannot.
Kittle too.
Yeah, Kittle been killing me in fantasy, bro. I have Gronk. I've been having Gronk on my bench for the last 2 weeks, and I'm trying should I really start Gronk? Like, I got Kittle here, and he hasn't been doing anything to give me like 5 or 6 points, and Gronk been giving me like 29, 25. So I'm like, the time I play Gronk, right, is when he gonna give me like 2 or 3 points, but Kittle gonna go off. So that's what I'm scared of, man.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Because in one league I'm playing in, I have Saquon, and I'm like, I know as soon as I sit him down, he's gonna go off.
And then Gronk gonna do bad. So it's just
Gronk is really touchdown dependent.
He's the real. I don't understand it. Like he had history of being the red zone target. So why teams are not double covering him or doing something to not let him get the ball in the end zone? Like
they got Mike Evans too.
I know, but it's like him and Mike Evans are the red zone threat. So do something about it. He's been killing teams. 2 touchdowns last week. I think he had 2 versus the Cowboys.
Yep, he did.
My goodness. I mean, you would think that teams would figure that out. Like, yo, that's Tom Brady's favorite target in the red zone now. So let's try to take him away and see, can we try to get some favorite matchups or something. All right, so I'm taking the Packers. Tyler is taking the Packers. All right, we got 2 games here. Huh?
I'm surprised we all took the Packers on that.
I just don't like the 49 offense, and then they down to Trey Sermon. I don't know. I just probably don't.
I think it's gonna be a good game, though.
All right, Cowboys, Eagles versus Cowboys. When I think about the Eagles, they're a game management team. So I don't see the only way I see them winning the game. They keeping Dak off the field.
Hurts balls out. Hurts is gonna have to ball out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the Cowboy defense are susceptible to the pass, into deep plays, but they literally gonna have to get splash plays because if that get hot, man. I can't see them keeping up. It's sometimes not even about that because Zeke is still back there. Tony Pollard is back there, and the Eagles are 18th in rushing defense. So I feel like they're gonna give them a heavy dose of Zeke and Pollard, and if they can't cover Pollard in the rushing, if they can't contain Pollard in the rushing game and passing game, they're gonna be a long day for this Eagles defense.
Yep.
But like you said, the key component is Jalen Hurts. If he can do enough.
Yeah, he's gonna have to go drive with Dak if they want to win.
That's what I'm thinking. But I just feel like the Cowboys probably gonna just try to control the game by running because they're gonna see if they can stop Zeke, and they've been increasing Zeke carries more and more. So Zeke might have a big game here. So I don't think I'm gonna lean toward the Cowboys because of Zeke and what he can do.
I agree.
You taking Cowboys?
Oh yeah, I'm taking the Cowboys.
I'm taking. Tyler's taking the Eagles. Last but not least, Saints versus Patriots. I was thinking about this game too. Belichick gonna come up with some crazy defensive scheme to get Jameis to throw some crazy passes. That's what my mind's like. Like he's an evil genius, dog. Like he's about to try to exploit every Jameis weakness there is, and I'm kind of scared because I believe the Patriots like filth and pressures and all that type of stuff, and their D line is better. I won't say better, but they on par with the Panthers D line, and I'm just scared Jameis is getting flustered if that O-line cannot protect him. And he throwing some bad interceptions, just like the Patriots. You remember what the Patriots did to Zach Wilson, bro? I'm pretty sure Zach Wilson wanted to bench himself.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he probably, the Patriots got away with crime for that.
Yeah, they picked on a baby. That's what they did. And I'm surprised Zach Wilson just didn't cry.
Taking candy from a baby.
Yeah, exactly. I'm surprised that Wilson wasn't crying on the sideline. Like, bro, they did this to me. Why they do me like this, man? Like,
I'd have went up to coach like the second quarter. My coach just benched me.
I'm trying to tell you, I would have took myself out this game like coach, man. I can't do this. I'm playing bad. I gotta take myself out. Like, I don't say you all the media press and everything. I don't take myself out. I don't put this all on me. Cause they killing me out here. I can't get nothing going. I'm seeing a wide receiver open. Next thing you know, is a corner right there. Like, help me, coach. Help me. It's just. I'm scared that I might see the same thing from Winston.
Yeah, it's scary. When you have an injury, you have a turnover prone quarterback against Belichick. That's scary.
Yeah, that's very scary. And I believe the Saints only rushed the ball like 5 times last week. They cannot do this week, man. I'm happy though. I'm happy about this. We getting some of my defense stars back, so at least we can put together a pretty good defensive plan against this Matt Jones.
Feed Kamara.
Feed freaking Kamara. And this is what killing me right here. All right, so James is looking downfield for his guys, his open receivers. There's literally a check down master, a wizard in check down.
Yep.
Throw it to freaking Kamara in the flats and let him do what he needs to do. Like, you have Kamara for a reason.
That's why I was afraid when Drew Brees left. I was like, Kamara's not going to get the ball as much because Drew Brees was so good at checking it down to Kamara.
So good. Kamara only had 4 catches versus Carolina, dude. Like, get him the ball. Like, sometimes it's better to just check it down to the running back. If nothing that you're not sure is downfield is open, just give it to him. Like, Kamara.
You want to get him the ball in space. Get him the ball in space.
Yes. And Sean Payne got to do a better job of coming up with better game plans to get him in space. Kamara only had 3 catches versus the Packers.
Yeah, didn't he have like 100 catches in 1 year?
Yeah, he was close to it. He might have. I know he was very close. You gotta get these guys the ball. You gotta get Kamara the ball. Like, he was literally averaging like 6 or 7 catches a game.
Especially without Michael Thomas.
Man, we struggling out here, dude. So I'm gonna pick the Saints, man. But I'm not like just happy to pick them because I'm a Saints fan. I don't roll with them this week. But
I picked the Pats.
I figured you did. God, we on the
Not
road.
because if you had Drew Brees, yeah, I'd definitely go with y'all. But like you said, though, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, Belichick gonna draw something up crazy.
It just that's what Belichick do. He take advantage of quarterback weaknesses, man. He gonna have him seeing ghosts out in New England.
Well, somebody needs to arrest this man.
Bro, no, literally, I was thinking this yesterday. Like, why did they trade Stafford? Like, literally, why we didn't pull the plug for Stafford, man?
I just don't got the money, bro.
Man, we could have cleared up something. We always move money around.
Yeah, I mean that's true, but like, I don't know, man. The salary cap's a joke, anyways.
It is, cause you always can do this, convert this cash into something, or move it to bonuses, and I don't know.
And there ain't no way that y'all got more money on the books than the Rams.
I know we got Roby, and then we converted some of Traycon Smith contract into bonuses and all that stuff.
You know, the Texans took on a bunch of his. I think the Texans took on most of his contract in that trade.
Yep. Because y'all just wanted some draft picks. That's about it. So y'all said, yeah, we'll buy. We got plenty of money. You got Watson sitting on the bench, collecting dust while we put in Mills. What's his name? David Mills or something like that?
Oh, my God. Yeah. What a trash can.
He's from Stanford. He's smart.
I'm talking about David Mills, bro. He's a joke.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's from Stanford. He plays at Stanford. He's not that bad.
Bro, he's a walking garbage can. You see that man's neck, bro? That man's neck was like 10 inches long, bro.
Hey, so you're not getting your David Mills jersey anytime soon.
You won't catch me wearing the Texans gear ever again.
You say you playing David Mills, bro. Well, you got Watson right there.
I ain't repping David Mills.
This junk is insane that they have that much paidness to not dress Watson out. Like, come on, dude. Like, y'all hate to do this much that y'all cannot play him? Y'all gonna play Mills instead?
Ben, you realize we'd be 3-0 if Deshaun was playing?
I know, yeah, for sure.
Because we were tied at halftime with the Browns, and then Tyrod got hurt. And then, dude, last night with the Panthers, it was 7-6 at halftime. Like, bro, we could be 3-0 right now.
Unbelievable, man. They hold this man hostage. For what?
Yeah,
Nobody's not doing that package, man. Just let him play. My goodness gracious.
Free my man. Free Deshaun, bro.
I hate it for him. I feel bad for dude. Just play him. My goodness. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Tyler taking the same, so he with me on this one. But, oh, my goodness. Texans fans, y'all should boycott, really. Y'all really should.
Somebody burn the stadium down, bro.
Just don't go to the games, man. Don't support. Like, it's just unacceptable. The way they treating him and how they putting a high value price on his head that nobody's just crazy enough to do. Maybe the Dolphins now they're like, bro, we might just throw two away, and we might just. I really think the Dolphins just should do it. I mean, what do you have to lose? I mean, you're not winning games. Like, you're 0-2.
Especially when he's hurt, and like think about this. Tua. He's kind of like that. Like you remember on Toy Story, man, when like Woody had like a broken leg or whatever. Like he had like a cut in his leg, and he's like, I don't want to play with you anymore. That's how the Dolphins should do with Tua.
Oh, you got a scratch on you. I don't want to play.
you want Buzz Lightyear, bro. You want Deshaun Watson. You want the man.
You don't want Goodwill. You want some Ralph Lauren or something. You don't want Goodwill. But
man,
really
you want the real Oreo. You want the real Oreos, bro. You don't want the great value.
Yeah, you want great value. You don't want the DG brand. You want Dollar General.
Hey, you want the Coca-Cola, man. You don't want the Sam's Cola.
Yeah, no, you don't hit the same. And you can clearly tell, like I said, even though the Dolphins, I forgot they beat the Patriots, so they're 1-1. They clearly need to bring this man in. They might have a chance to, because they won that division. It's the Patriots, Jets, and Bills. So they got at least a chance of coming in second.
Wild card.
Wild card, exactly. So, hey, go ahead and do that, owner, man. You got nothing else to lose. You lost your star trophy guy into he's not going to be the same. All right, anything else you want to bring up before we end the show?
I mean, just forever free Deshaun. That's it.
Free Deshaun. I'll put that in the show notes, all right?
All right.
Hashtag, I'll put that in the hashtag free Watson.
Yeah, just for my sanity and, so I can actually have something to watch.
Alright, guys. Y'all can check us out on most social media platforms. We're on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Even now we're on TikTok. So go like and subscribe to all our pages. And we thank y'all for the support. Last week we hit our 50th episode. So hey, thanks for sticking around with us, and we're looking to make this podcast better. So hey, thanks for all the love, and we'll catch y'all next time. We out of here.
Are you ready? I said, are you ready? You are listening to Voice of the Fans Sportscast, brought to you by none other than the voices of the fans. Discussing football, basketball, news, trending topics. The one-stop shop for all things sports. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Hosted by none other than Ben Swift Reynolds, Taylor Gatwood,